Now, if you're watching this video for the very first time, the Oakland Raiders Report, we are the most watched Raiders channel on YouTube. That one's for Chucky heads, believe it, baby. So what can you expect from the Raiders Report? We drop videos daily. I'm doing my best to bring you guys content on the newest and best content every single day. Also, rumors and news. I'm giving you Chucky heads, my opinion, breaking news. So when AB goes FAB, guess what? I'm giving it to you. And then live chats and Q&A. We can interact. The best part about this channel is the interaction that we have together, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So you can get daily videos, rumors and news, live chat and Q&A all here at the Oakland Raiders Report. That's youtube.com/Raiders Report. So I want you guys to comment your grades for the Raiders offense so far this season. What would you grade the Raiders offense? A, B, C, D, or F? Today's show, I'm going to break down the Raiders midseason grades, plus we're going to do some midseason awards. We're going to have some fun here. So what would you give the offense? A, B, C, D, or F? For me, the offense, I think we can all agree, has played a little bit better than the defense. I'm going to give the offense an A-. And the reason why I'm going to give it an A-, look at all the injuries on the offensive side of the football, plus you go into the season thinking that you have arguably one of the best receivers in the NFL, and the man goes clinically insane. Like, I don't really know what else to say about FAB. So right now, this is where the Raiders rank on offense, okay? 16th in terms of points. Passing yards per game, we're 15th. Rushing yards per game, we're 6th. Total yards, 11th. Time of possession, 14th. If I'm the Raiders, I'm really trying to increase, obviously, the points scored, but time of possession is, I think, something that you're really going to see this team try to do in the midway part of the season going on, because we're going to be able to control the football, I think, against the Chargers, against the Bengals. We're not the Cowboys, so we're not going to lose to the Jets. Ultimately, I think you're going to see the Raiders do a lot of good things here on offense. Let's talk about defense now, okay? What do you guys give the defense? What would be your grade for the defense? I gave the offense an A-. So A, B, C, D, or F. What would you grade the defense? I expect it for the over 1,000 people that are watching us live right now on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Let's see. Caleb says D. CA says F. Seen some B's, F-, D. I'm going to give the defense also a D. I don't really think I can give it much more than that. I think the games that the Raiders have lost, I'm going to point the finger at the defense. Losing Vontaze Burfict hurts a lot. But these numbers hurt my eyes even more. And the fact that we are giving up the most plays of 20-plus yards, that kills me. The fact that our pass defense has been as bad as it has also kills me. Now, Aaron Rodgers, 3 weeks ago goes for 429 yards, 5 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford, 406 yards, 3 touchdowns. This team, I'm not going to give them an F because they have dealt with a lot of injuries. But sooner or later, that's not an excuse anymore. So what would be your grade for the Raiders defense? I gave it a D. I would want you guys to put it in the comments section. Somebody said FAB. FAB is always appreciated here on the Raiders Report. Abram says C. Jeremy Vincent says D. I'm also seeing secondary gets an F+. First catch, we agree, going with D. What about special teams? Special teams are people too, right? Kickers, Daniel Carlson, he's a person. I'm going to go quick with this one. I'm going to give special teams a B. I think we've been okay here and there. Now, if Daniel missed a 45-yard field goal going against the Lions, and I kind of got worried. I was like, man, I hope that one doesn't come back and kind of bite us in the you-know-where, because Daniel's been very solid. Also, A.J. Cole, I think, has done a very good job punting as well. So I'm going to give the offense an A-. I'm going to give the defense a D, and I'm going to give special teams a B. So who wants a shout-out? Go follow me on Instagram right now. Give me a follow on Instagram right now at MitchellRenz365. I'm trying to get to 10K. That way I can do some swipe ups. So the last people to follow me on Instagram are Crisco, R8R Tone, John Kravick, Nick Padula, William 1022, Hilderbrand Justin. So if you want a shout out on Instagram, go give me a follow. I'm going to give some shout outs here in just a little bit. Also, make sure you guys tag me on Instagram if we took any pictures together this past weekend at Raiders vs. Lions. So CBZ00, man, this guy came, found me. We took some pictures, had a good time. Also, DJ Ray 831. I appreciate you guys tagging me in pictures. Also, this one is a real picture. I look like I am like this big compared to my man Turtlehead. So I appreciate everyone who watched the show. I ask you guys, though, to follow me on Instagram. That way I can get to know you guys a little bit better. And then that way you can get to know me. And then who knows? Maybe find yourself on the show. Let's get into some mid-season awards, shall we? So who's been the Gruden grinder? Out of all the players on the Raiders this year, throw in the comments section who has been our Gruden grinder. A player who gives it his all every single play. A player who I think, in my opinion, kind of came under the radar a little bit and has really, really stepped up. So who's been the Gruden grinder so far this year? I want you guys to throw it in the comments section. For me, it's my dude Mad Max. Mad Max has been absolutely sensational. He's gotten the attention of the entire NFL. And I love the one quote that Tony Romo said, watching Crosby play, the dude's going to be a future Pro Bowler. And I 100% agree. Like, Max has really, really stepped up, playing a lot more snaps for our defense in a time of need. So this season, 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, 4 tackles for a loss, 20 tackles, 2 also forced fumbles, a big one in that Colts game, a game that we desperately, desperately needed. Max Crosby has been playing absolutely sensational. Also, it's a reason why he is my Gruden grinder. And Max, you know very, very well, my man, when you come back down here to Dallas, you're coming on the show whether you like it or not. So who needs a new car? Who needs a new car? I want you to throw it in the comment section if you need a car. And if you do, I want you to message me Carr on Instagram at MitchellRenz365. So Geo the Moron, K Sindo, Ace _Boogie, Big Tony, The Ultimate Big Sad, T-Wan Stack, Lefty Palmore. If you guys need a car, message me Carr. Because BMW Santa Maria, their new sponsor here. Go check out all their unbelievable deals at BMWSM.com. But they said anybody who watches the Raiders Report, we're going to hook you guys up with some awesome deals. Can't give you a free car, but I can at least, hook you up with a car. Well, take off some money off the car. Yeah, message me Carr on Instagram. Yep, I know. We're getting some shaking the heads in the background. All right, let's go to most improved because that read was definitely not the most improved. Who's been the most improved player for the Oakland Raiders this year? Now, I say this, okay? I say this, and I want you to think about it from their entire career because he wasn't a Raider last year, okay? So, entire career, the most improved player for me, it's got to be Darren Waller, who I would argue right now is one of the best stories in the entire NFL. My dude is playing absolutely insane. It's the reason why he got the nickname Waller Baller. You're talking about a player who coming into this season had less than 200 receiving yards, and this is what he's done this year. He has been Derek Carr's go-to guy. 60 targets, 48 catches, 548 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He is on pace right now to be a top 5 tight end in fantasy football. Y'all know I love fantasy football. But not only that, he's getting the attention of John Gruden. I put on the show, does Darren Waller deserving a contract extension? 2 days later, it happened. Darren is playing absolutely out of his mind, and if he continues to do this, he's going to be a tight end on this team for a very, very, very long time. Let's get back into some awards. All right, so the Gruden grinder was Max Crosby. The most improved was Darren Waller. What about the clutch award? Who do you think's been the most clutch player for the Oakland Raiders this season? Also give some shout outs here to Sarah for following me on IG, and then G Money Raider. Appreciate the follow. So who's been the most clutch player? I'm going to give this one to the quarterback. I think Derek deserves this award. For me, Derek has played very, very well at the end of football games. I mean, he's got an over 100 passer rating in the fourth quarter. Now, he's also played pretty well in the first and second quarter as well. The third quarter, for some reason, has been the one he's struggled in. So this is what Derek has done this year. 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I gave him the clutch award because of what I saw in the last 2 Raiders wins. And heck, should have been 3 Raiders wins if we wouldn't have gotten robbed in Houston. But week 5 against the Bears, what do we need? A touchdown drive. Derek leads us 13 plays, 97 yards, touchdown, Raiders win. This past week, going up against the Lions, what do we need? A touchdown drive. What happens? Derek leads a touchdown drive. 7 plays, 75 yards, touchdown. He continues to come up clutch when we need him the most, and that's why Derek wins my clutch award. Let's go now to the best coach. Who gets the best coach? Let me take a sip here. What's that one song? It's Too Late to Apologize. You guys can insert that music here. Is it too late to apologize to Tom Cable? Because Tom, I'm sorry, man. There's a lot of FCs in the comments section, and you know what? You guys are more than welcome to put some F-me's in the comments section because I deserve it. Tom Cable has been great this entire year. The Raiders' offensive line has been sensational. If you guys want to throw some TCs in the comments, Tom definitely deserves it. And I think John, has been a good coach this year. I couldn't give it to Paul Gunther. But when I think about all the injuries that the offensive line has sustained, and as clean as Derek's been in the pocket, now sure, they're getting rid of the ball quick, but Tom Cable deserves a lot of credit, so that's why, Tom, hopefully you accept my apology. I'm definitely sorry. So they're the Raiders' next 5 weeks, okay? Going forward, the Raiders need to win, in my opinion, 4 out of these next 5 games. Got to win 4 out of the next 5. I think we can beat the Chargers. I think we're going to beat the Bengals. We're going to beat the Jets. The Chiefs is the tough game. And then versus the Titans, a 4-5 football team who are also kind of right there with us in the playoff picture. But Chargers, Bengals, Jets, Chiefs, Titans, all these games have one thing in common. I'm betting on the Raiders in every single one of those at BetDSI, and y'all should too. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Raiders120 for 120% deposit bonus. If you go to BetDSI, the internet's number one sportsbook, and you bet on the Raiders, let me know. Send it into my DMs because I want to see that you guys are supporting our sponsors and that you're supporting the Raiders because that's what this show is all about. Let's go to now my defensive MVP, and we're going to have some fun here. I want you guys to get your phones out or anything you can take a picture with because I'm going to show you a really cool stat coming up here that I want you guys to take a screenshot and send it out. So who's been the defensive MVP? Before I give you my answer, let me see some comments here. Who's the defensive MVP? I'm seeing Max Crosby. Max can't win 2 awards. Sorry, Max. I love you, but you can't win 2 awards. Who's been the defensive MVP? Somebody said Tom Cable. Clint. Seeing some Worleys, seeing some Mayoas, seeing some Hurst. Well, one person got it. I'm going to give the defensive MVP to Benson Mayowa. I think Benson Mayowa deserves it. Now, sure, he's playing in only about 35% of the snaps, but when he's on the field, he's making a difference. Now, here's the graphic that I want you guys to take a screenshot of, and then I want you to tweet it out. I want you to put it on Instagram, and I want you to spread this bad boy. So here's 2019 stats of Benson Mayowa and of a guy that used to play for the Oakland Raiders. So in terms of snaps, Khalil Mack has played a lot more. Sure, he's got a lot more tackles. Tackles for loss, though, pretty similar. Quarterback hits, pretty similar. Sacks, the exact same. If you see anybody, and I mean anybody, that still thinks that the Raiders lost the Khalil Mack trade, I want you to show them this graphic and tell them to subscribe to the youtube.com/Raiders Report, the #1 Raiders show on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, Benson, you're my MVP, so who's the offensive MVP? This one might not be too much of a secret. I think it's pretty clear, and I want everyone right now to type JJ in the comments section. You can type in the Juggernaut. You can type anything you want because Josh Jacobs is right now the offensive MVP for the Oakland Raiders, and he's right now the offensive rookie of the year in the entire NFL. I knew Josh was going to be good. I knew it. I did not expect this. He is carrying this team in so many different ways. He's blocking well. He's catching the football well. But it's his physical running style that's really setting the tone for this offense. I mean, right now the Raiders are 6th in the NFL in rushing yards per game. Josh has been absolutely incredible, whether it's at the goal line, picking up first downs. He's making guys miss. He's punishing tacklers who try to get him. Josh Jacobs is the offensive rookie of the year. And for anybody right now that doesn't type JJ in the comment section, you're doing Josh a disadvantage here because, like, my man deserves as much love as possible for what he's putting together this season. So you guys want to watch Josh run all over the Chargers with me? I want you to set a reminder, okay? Do it right now on your phone. You can turn your notifications on. So when I go live for Raiders versus Chargers, I want you guys to watch it with me. So Thursday, November 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be live here on YouTube, youtube.com/Raiders Report. Let's go through one more time my midseason awards. My Gruden Grinder, that's Max Crosby. Most Improved Player, Darren Waller. The Clutch Award goes to Derek Carr for 2 very clutch touchdown drives in their last 2 wins. The Best Coach, Tom, I'm sorry. You're doing great. Type your TCs in the comments section. Benson Mayowa, Defensive MVP. Sure, he's playing in less than 40% of the snaps, but he's got 5.5 sacks. You know who else has 5.5 sacks? Khalil Mack. And then Offensive MVP, it's Josh Jacobs. If you don't like my midseason awards, or if you want to add to my midseason awards, hit me up on IG or on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. So I want you guys to fill in the blank here. fill in the blank. The Raiders MVP so far this season has been, okay? If you disagree with me saying that Josh Jacobs has been the MVP, I want you to fill in the blank, okay? The Raiders MVP so far has been, if you think it's been Josh Jacobs, guess what you can do? You can throw Josh Jacobs in the comment section. Now, I appreciate y'all very much. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys hit me up on IG or on Twitter. I'm about to give some more shout-outs here on Instagram, so make sure you guys give me a follow at MitchellRenz365. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.